Hey guys, so I am sick today. I actually feel like dying. I was feeling sick over the weekend, and then just progressively got worse, and then this morning I was like, oh my gosh, how am I supposed to go to class? So I didn't go to two classes. I went to my math because I cannot get behind in math. But I did also go to painting because it was the last period of the day, and painting is just kind of zen, so I was just like, okay, there's not a lot of thought. Honestly, math was kind of hard because I've had a really bad headache, and yeah, trying to think about that is so confusing, but it doesn't even matter anymore because I'm not there right now. So yeah. First of all, before I start this video, I would really like to quickly say I kind of started a bullet journal, and I've done bullet journals before in the past, but I have never stayed consistent. So I'm hoping that I can stay consistent with this one this time, and when I am done with this month, I think I'm going to give a tour for March, and then, I'll do it for every single month. So I think that'll be really cool, so watch out for those types of videos. I think I'll also do shorts of me doing it because it's so satisfying. It really, really is. So yeah, and I'm really liking how this one's turning out so far. So yeah, please look out for that. Anyway, I was trying to do homework, but like I said, my brain's kind of I can't think right now. So in my Spanish class, we're doing this thing about a revolution kind of thing that happened in South America, because, Spanish. And I had to create a character who would go in not a revolution, we're standing against them. Maybe it is a revolution. I don't know. I don't remember, but it's fun. And I really like designing that character. Let me show you the character. Here is my character. Her name is Maggie Barlow. And for the sake of me not being fluent in Spanish, she's gonna speak English if she does continue into this video. But yeah, and I was thinking about her, and I was like, okay, I really like her. She got me thinking about these characters I created a while ago while I was into dystopian. And I was thinking I would really like to make a dystopian, and then I came up with this idea, and I just wrote it all out real quick, and now I really want to draw some characters that could possibly be in this dystopian. So yeah. Hey guys, so originally this wasn't going to be a voiceover, but I just made it a voiceover because it was so crazy and all over the place. So first we're drawing Sarah Lynn from my old sketchbook, and yeah, before I go into the character, I would like to talk about what the entire story is about. So it's about the government creating this chemical. I think maybe I'll make it so they used AI. These chemicals are made to attack people with unperfect genes. The unperfect genes can just be a certain hair type, color, anything like that. Yeah, I made a whole list, and I think you can see it there, but it's not set in stone, and there's also things that aren't physical that I want to add as unperfect genes. So they can use these chemicals in atomic bombs, they make plants that give off the chemicals, and they can infect people and animals with it. The chemicals turn people and animals almost like zombies. For animals, they stay crazy and lose all control, and the only way to kill them is a way you'd kill a normal animal. But for people, the more unperfect your genes are, the less control you'll have over the urges, and the urges are scratching or biting other people to get them infected as well. The urges will be stronger or weaker depending on how perfect your genes are. So basically, if I had really perfect genes and I got infected, if I scratched somebody, then my urges would get worse and worse and worse and worse. If you are really close to perfect but you got infected, then it would take you 10, 15 people to infect before you lose all control. But if you were already unperfect, then it would only take you 1 or 2. So yeah. I really love how Sarah Lynn turned out. I think she turned out really, really cute. Her name is kind of spelled funny. I know that's not like how you would actually spell it, but I thought it was kind of cool. That's how I spelled it in my old sketchbook, and I just thought, why not just keep it? So yeah. And then there are these symbols that like one of them means you have perfect traits, one means you're unperfect traits, and then I can't remember the other one. Oh, I think it means like you're free. So the perfect and unperfect are given out at schools when the laws first take place or put in place. And then the one that says you're freed is if you get free, there's an organization that will give you that tattoo to cover up your old one. So then I started on Ben, which is another character from my old sketchbook. I really like him. I think he turns out really good. I like his hair. I think I did really good. I haven't colored either of them yet, but I think I do really good with coloring them. I just really like the way I colored their hair. It makes their hair look really shiny, and I'm really, really happy with it. So some of the things that are bad for physical appearance, which there are a lot more bad than good, is like dark hair, untamed hair, so like, yeah, you understand that maybe, round faces, hazel or brown eyes, they're like chubby to heavy, shorter than 5'6" for women, shorter than 6 foot for men, freckles, scars, acne, piercings, tattoos, colored hair, if you're too pale or you're too dark, either way, dimples, unperfect teeth, so like gap tooth or just like unstraightened, if you have a disease or illness like a mental illness or you're like disabled in some sort of way, then those are kind of things that, well, I guess those aren't physical, are they? But I wrote them down for physical. Yeah, and then some like physical goods are light hair, like blonde, but also like light brown, tamed hair, so like straight, or if you have curly but it's not frizzy, that's like tamed still, sharp features, sharp jawline, sharp nose, all those things, cheekbones, green or blue eyes, fit or skinny, but like not skinny like unhealthy skinny like fit, you know what I mean? Taller than 5'6" for women, taller than 6 foot for men, tan, you know, all those sort of things. So yeah, those are some good and bad things physically. Let me know in the comments if, according to those physical traits, if you would be perfect or unperfect. Then there's also laws, which I called the list of defiance. So like romance before marriage, and that means even hand holding, hugging, anything like that, even if it's with the same gender. And like marriage, I haven't decided yet if I want it to be chosen by the government or chosen by parents, or you can choose yourself. I'm not sure yet. Tattoos, obviously, piercings, makeup before you're 20, murder, obviously, stealing, violence, all those things like that basic societies have as outlawed, drugs, you know. Dress code, there's like going to be a very strict dress code. I haven't decided what it is yet. I mean, obviously more conservative, but I haven't decided if I want to make it like fully girls have to wear dresses, or it's just like, you know, private school dress code where it's like you can't show too much skin, but you can like wear whatever you want. You can't speak out of place, especially when you're younger, and I'm not sure if I'm going to make it on gender or anything like that. I think like the more perfect genes you have, the more space you have to talk when you want to. And then there's a curfew. I think it's going to be like 9 or 8, like something outrageously early. So there's this made up religion I was also going to make. So if you're not Carcephalus, I think it's made up. I can't remember. I wrote it down in my old sketchbook and thought that it was made up. So yeah, if you're not that, and I'm going to try to make it so it's different than all the other religions that are already there, which is going to be kind of hard, but yeah, I just don't want to like make it sound like any religion's bad. Talking to opposite gender outside of family or marriage. So the laws are going to go in order, and it's also like countries, like okay, the ideals have been spreading country to country, and America is like the last to catch on, which is where this is going to take place. But with the new American president, America becomes the worst, and America is the one who created the chemicals. They're like just terrible, and they have like the worst laws. The first thing that happens, like the first law, is boys and girls are separated by schools and stuff, and they get their marker tattoo like the day after the guy's elected. I can't decide if it's gonna be, I think it might be a burn because tattoos are outlawed, so I'm like, maybe I'll make it like a burn kind of thing that they do. Yeah, the new laws start small, like just separating boys and girls and the burn, which obviously hurts, but yeah. But then they become more and more crazy, and just like there's a lot, you know, like the chemicals aren't put in first and all that stuff. And then there's like, each country has their own ideals, so everyone tries to go where they're most imperfect. So like for Sarah Lynn over there, she has red hair, so like I think I'll make like Ireland or something like that be like where she would fit in the best. The problem with that, though, is that the borders are insanely protected. Like, I mean, there's going to be guard dogs, there's going to be those plants with chemicals, there's going to be, like, a weird monster, like if you've seen Maze Runner, like a monster like that they've created that will infect you if you get too close, if you breathe the same air. Like, it's going to be crazy. There's going to be, like, I can't remember, the Berlin Wall, you know how they have, like, that, I can't even remember how long it is, but just, it's completely clear, and they just have people watching with snipers, and there's mines, and yeah, it's gonna be like stuff like that. So basically the entire story is just gonna be them trying to get where they're perfect, but that's hard because Sarah Lynn, and as you can see, her friend here, Ben, they don't have the same traits, and there's gonna be a lot of people that don't have the same traits, so you're gonna have friends, but you can't go with them to where they would be perfect. And then also, Sarah Lynn, I forgot to mention, she escapes with her mom, but her sister, dad, and brother, I don't know why yet, but can't go with her. But her mom is gonna have different, like, features, and so it's gonna be like, yeah, they're gonna have to get separated eventually, probably. And Ben is just like her neighbor, that's her friend, but she ran away with him because they were kind of like, they kind of liked each other, not like fully romance yet, but they were like best friends, and then they had to be separated, and yeah, so they just run away together because they're best friends and they really don't want to be separated. I can't decide if it's going to turn into a romance, or maybe I'll do romance, but that's like a subplot, you know what I mean? Like, there's definitely more to it than that. Yeah, that's all I really have to say. If you have any more plans for this world, please let me know. If you like the characters, let me know. I only did 2. I wanted to do more, but these 2 took a really long time, which is another reason I did a voiceover. I had like 2 hours of footage, and I'm talking the entire time in the footage, so I was like, I need to summarize this and just do a voiceover because this is insanely hard. This white gel pen, like, look at the hair, and it is just so good. I can't tell if I've added, some to Sarah Lynn, but I think their hair is so shiny and soft, and I love the way it looks. I think it looks like really, really amazing. If you have any ideas for characters that you would like to add, please let me know. I would love to take any ideas from people. Take ideas, that sounds bad, but also if like you want to be a character in it and you're like, this is how my character would, this is how I would act during this, would you go along with the government or not? I would like to hope that most people would not, because that's eugenics, and eugenics is kind of scary. But yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. We only did 2 characters. I wanted to do a lot more, but it's okay. This was kind of turned into a remake video because those are the only characters I did. But yeah, that's Sarah Lynn now, and that's Ben now. Yeah, I couldn't really show you him, but yeah, so that's pretty cool, I guess. I'm really excited about this idea for this story. I've had like this idea for like since I did it, but then like, yeah, like I said, I just got like a creative burst of like, I need to create this kind of story. So I hope that you like it. Yeah, let me know if you have any ideas that we could like bounce off of each other. Let's start conversations. How about? Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. It helps so much. I really want to get back into posting. I get so unmotivated, but honestly, I really love art and I really love posting. So yeah, it's hard because it's like art is not my end goal for what I want to do in the future, but it's like I still love art so much, and I definitely want to do YouTube. Like, I don't know why I would ever stop, because even if I don't make money, it's just really fun for me. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you come back to watch more, and I will see you all guys next time, because you will be here, right, to see like more of this story, more bullet journals. I'm gonna try to do shorts again. I did them for a little while and then I stopped, and I love shorts. They get way more views. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go do some editing because I'm a little behind on editing. Bye guys.